I ditched my god-tier fire legacy and 200% affinity. I picked the campus sweetheart instead. I traded my future for a medic's life to avoid past betrayals. Yao Yao played me, stole my strength, and left me hollow. Deep in a dungeon, I faced Bai Yinmo Yun. We died together, but then a miracle happened. I woke up on selection day clutching my badge. I swore to be strong, then my level 3.0 talent hit. My fire was gone, replaced by the Sovereign of Restoration. My heart raced as I scanned my new system menu. Follow for more. Use Spirit Souls to upgrade your gear. Reading those 4 unique perks left me breathless. These abilities easily rival any triple S rank talent. I needed a trade and Yao Yao wasn't the one. A different face suddenly flashed through my mind. I bolted for Hall 2 the second class ended. The room went dead silent when I appeared. Yao Yao smirked, but I walked right past her. I ignored her and approached a different girl. Li Fei, come here. Everyone froze in shock. I grabbed her hand. Lin Yi, stop. Yao Yao screamed. She looked ready to explode from the disrespect. I stopped, letting the heavy silence hang there. Apologize now. She barked, acting like she owned me. I just whispered to Li Fei, making her blush. We walked out, leaving the class in total silence. Yao Yao stood frozen as we reached the roof. I want your healer badge, I said plainly. She looked at me like I'd lost my mind. You're ditching a 200% affinity. Her tank talent had 95% affinity for support. My fire badge would make her power skyrocket. I'll be the medic who never backs down. But why? You're giving me too much value. My soul is built for healing, trust me. Are you playing me? She whispered softly. Pinky swear, I'm not lying to you. She took a breath and handed me her future. Don't make me regret this. I won't. Fire Forest at dawn. We're clearing it together. Keep this quiet. No interference from the board. She nodded, trusting me with everything. We parted ways right at her classroom door. She acted like absolutely nothing had happened. Meanwhile, Yao Yao sat there boiling with silent rage. Her resolve set like concrete the longer she stewed on it. School was ending, but I refused to grovel. She was coming for me. She wanted my future, my power. She'd kill for my class badge. After dinner, I sprinted to the cathedral. Every badge holds a secret trial. You are a nobody until that specific mission is officially completed. Common healers have it easy. Just step into the light and bind. Here for baptism, a voice asked. Stand before that monument ahead. I thanked the rookie and vanished into the cathedral's deep shadows. One moment there and the power was mine. Nice kid, he muttered. I ignored him. The bishop was watching me from the dark corners. The priest gawked at the stone. I whispered thanks and stepped forward. The system cleared me instantly. My soul was finally locking in. Congratulations, you're a healer. New skill, Holy Mending unlocked. 500% compatibility. My stats exploded. I nearly stopped breathing. My mending was 5 times stronger than anyone's. The gap was godlike. Best part, thanks to my talent, every spell cost 1 single point. My comms screamed a warning. Then 3 bodies crashed through the doors. Help him. My brother is dying. A voice shrieked in terror. I turned to a bloodbath. They were shredded, drenched in deep red. One man collapsed, circling the drain. The young priest scrambled over. He is the priority, clear some room, he barked at the others. They laid the dying man down. The San Francisco priest braced himself. He began his chant. Need a hand? I asked, stepping into view. The leader glanced up, nodded frantically, then focused back on the dying. I let the magic flow. A rush hit as my talent sparked. The success was addictive. I poured even more light into the man. The bishop's jaw dropped. I was outcasting him by a landslide. Silent casting is for masters. I was doing it with a wave. 10 heals later, my own mental power jumped by 5 points. Lu Yang was full. I needed a new target for my talent. I locked my eyes on the old man in the blue robes. I bombarded him with light. My strength surged by 7 more points. I snatched 10 spiritual souls. The stat gains were totally random. I even ripped a B-rank defense talent straight from the target. Meanwhile, the rookie priest finished his own desperate healing attempt. He had closed the skin, but the internal damage remained a mess. He wiped his brow, sighing. Then he saw them all standing healed. Lu Yang turned to me with raw, tearful gratitude. This kid saved us, he whispered. I just gave a humble shrug. The priest was baffled. Your name? Then the bishop stepped forward. I knew him. In my past life, he was my protector. Bishop Liu, I am Lin Yi, I said. I saw everything, he replied. You are a genius. I just did what I could, sir. He handed me a book. Take this punishment technique. I was speechless. History was repeating. He had given me this book in my past. Lu Qingshan's patronage was my catalyst, forging my new identity as a raging flame priest. It turned out my academic records from the pre-college years were what initially caught his eye. My proficiency in the restorative arts left him stunned. I played coy before accepting his offering. Take it, he insisted. I can't bring power to the grave better the youth wield it. I yielded, offering my sincere thanks to Bishop Liu for such an incredible opportunity. Stowing the forbidden technique, I left the cathedral behind, opting for a detour over going home. I checked into a nondescript motel for the night, just as my pocket began vibrating incessantly. Su Yaoyao's text flashed on the screen demanding I meet her at the park with my credentials. I shot back a message about the air feeling tainted and cut her off permanently. Arriving early at the plaza, I planned to upgrade my loadout before meeting Li Fei. $100,000 sat in my account, the final legacy my parents left for me. That blood money was their payout after falling during the Rift Uprising 3 years ago. As a support class, my gear requirements aren't nearly as bank-breaking as the heavy hitters. Still, a void storage pack and mana elixirs were non-negotiable for the long grind ahead. I dropped 500 on a basic spatial pouch only for a glowing notification to appear. The refinement eligible prompt flickered, so I ducked into a quiet alley to begin. I sacrificed one essence soul watching as the cheap leather pulsed with a blinding, ethereal light. After the process finalized, the new attributes on the display left me completely breathless. My new strategy was simple: hoard every 1 cubic meter storage unit I could find. Nesting them inside this recursive void would solve the storage crisis most rookie explorers face. Most students leave a fortune in loot behind because they simply lack the carrying capacity. With this in my hands, I'll be the one hauling out every scrap of value. I cleared the vendor's stock of 20 additional units before hunting for more upgrades. Seeing my balance drop to 50,000 stung right until a familiar voice called my name. Li Fei arrived, though my heart sank, seeing Su Yaoyao and her cronies tagging along. I glared at the human garbage uninvited, while Li Fei offered a deeply pained apology. She couldn't shake the tail, so I just ruffled her hair and told her it was fine. My suggestion to ignore the parasites sent Su into a visible, trembling state of fury. She arrogantly declared she might date me if I started acting like a loyal dog. Her posse chimed in, acting like her toxic proposal was some kind of divine act of mercy. They labeled me a two-timing jerk just for standing near another woman in public. Even Li Fei's saintly patience was reaching its limit under their pathetic attempt at drama. I grasped her hand firmly, telling her not to waste daylight on these lost causes. She looked up with newfound resolve, promising to follow wherever I decided to lead. We turned our backs, leaving that trio of shadows staring at the dust we kicked up. Moments later, she produced a staff that shimmered with a ghostly metallic brilliance. I stood there speechless, wondering why she was handing over such a magnificent weapon. She joked about needing a top-tier medic if she was going to survive the front lines. A relic like this easily retails for 100,000. She clearly sacrificed everything for it. Knowing I could enhance this even further, I shifted the focus back to her own defenses. Her armor was budget bin scrap metal, likely worth no more than $5,000 total. A deep crimson flushed her cheeks as she shared her private statistics with me. Sharing data is a sacred bond, yet we still needed more bodies for the raid. A full party meant more opportunities to harvest soul fragments for my hidden talent. I instructed her to recruit, highlighting that an SSS rank powerhouse was leading the charge. "Zero medics," I barked. Faye moved fast. She wired the city. I ducked away, faked a break, forged steel, power surged. I appraised the weapon's lethal new perks. Total dominance, a ping squad ready, move. Stashed the iron, sprinted to the meeting. Handshakes done. I scanned their tactical roles. Duke's the shield. 2 sisters on bows. I took point. Forest set to lethal. Space warped. We landed. I gripped wood. Duke tanks. Twins kill. I play anchor. "A medic," Duke spat. "Where's the warrior?" He looked sick. The twins were paralyzed. I smirked. "No warrior. I'm the solution." Their faces drained. Total collective meltdown. Scammed into service. "Fine," Duke muttered, crushed. He gritted teeth. "Just keep us breathing." Steel drawn. The first wave hit hard. Link active. Duke's blood turned to ice. He froze. One hit, 5 people bleeding. Terror set in. Are you killing us? Shared agony. Nobody dies alone here now. Duke felt light. My shoulders carried all. Faye panicked. Abort, you'll kill us all. Watch, I whispered. One kill, then judge. They missed the math. I was untouchable. A tense pause. The sisters gambled everything. Duke roared, slamming into a level 1 runt. It screamed. The pack smelled fresh blood. Shield met club, a violent rhythmic dance. Sisters let fly, arrows rained like judgment. 30 critical damage points. Dead. Air shifted. Usually one man bleeds. This felt wrong. Health dipped collectively. A slow shared drain. Seemed like I'd be burning mana for vanity. Duke opened his mouth. I moved first. Staff hit dirt. Light flooded their veins. He choked. The twins stood there breathless. My bad. Duke muttered, head bowed low. Don't leave, they begged. We're your soldiers. I turned away. Then start moving. Now. I was drinking their power. Siphoning everything. Faster, I barked. The clock is running. We're taking records. Their eyes burned bright. Then the color died. They saw ghosts. The minions were light work, but the boss was a different beast. I simply raised my staff. I fired a random bolt down the trail, and a distant goblin vanished in a flash of light. That was my sentence. Is that enough for you? I kept a cool head, but Duke looked like he'd just seen a miracle. You're a godsend, he stammered, acting like I was his long-lost savior. I'd barely scratched the surface of my power, and already they were treating me like royalty. I shifted the formation and pushed us toward the lair at a breakneck pace. We tore through the path in 58 minutes, absolutely crushing the standard time. We were 20 minutes ahead of the record while I secretly drained the enemy dry. By the time we arrived, I'd siphoned 30 strength and 25 agility for myself. I cut the soul chain. Eyes up. If he touches you, you're dead. My sudden intensity silenced them. We slipped into the heart of the dark woods. A goblin priest sat waiting for us in the center of a grim clearing. He watched us with pure malice. Pathetic insects, the creature spat. You'll burn in my holy fire. I didn't let him finish. Duke hit him now. Duke charged. I signaled the archers and lunged at the priest with Hook. Hook didn't hesitate, committing everything to his final strike. I cleared the way, and Hook slammed into the beast like a freight train. The priest was dazed. I immediately circled around to his blind spot. I swung with everything I had, targeting the base of his skull. The impact was massive, sending the creature into a blind, murderous frenzy. Hook's jaw dropped when he saw the numbers. His damage is 10 times mine. A deafening roar filled the clearing as magical circles erupted around the priest. The ground turned to fire, and meteors began screaming down from the sky. We all scrambled desperately, trying to survive the overhead bombardment. The team was panicking, so I dropped a massive holy nuke right on his head. 2,000 damage points hit him like a physical blow, searing through his armor. I didn't stop. I buried him in spells until his health bar hit 0. A massive notification flashed dungeon clear. The guys just collapsed in shock. We'd finished the whole run in under a minute. I stared at my stats, even I was rattled by how fast I'd grown. In the city square, the speakers boomed. Linier's team cleared the forest in 59 seconds. The entire plaza went stone-cold silent at the announcement. Rumors leaked instantly about our team being packed with S-rank monsters. Everyone assumed we had a legendary warrior. Yao Yao's face went pale with envy. Then word got out the powerhouse wasn't me, but a girl named Li Fei. Yao Yao immediately pulled up the data, her eyes searching for the truth. When she saw our actual classes, she looked ready to break her staff in half. They're cheaters, she hissed, convinced we'd used illegal gear to skip the grind. It had to be Li Fei, she muttered to herself in a jealous rage. She was certain Li Fei had given me some secret item to fake my stats. I just focused on the loot. The priest had dropped 5 high-tier items, 2 decent green-tier pieces, while the rest was just filler. Let's get out of here, I said, tapping the exit on my screen. A massive scoreboard flared up in front of us, showing our impossible victory. As the dungeon dissolved, power surged through us. My whole squad hit level 2 instantly. I reached level 3 and checked my stats. A healer with these numbers was unheard of. It felt wrong for a rookie. I took all 10 bonus points and shoved them into spirit. Just then, a new notification flashed. Another rare skill stone had dropped. I stared at the screen, stunned. Another stone were rich. Hook screamed, losing his mind. The twins were shaking. Breaking the world record actually gave us 2. That's insane. Then, in the middle of the chaos, Li Fei reached out and gripped my hand. I turned to ask what was wrong, but she just pressed something heavy into my palm. It was her skill stone. She looked up and gave me a small, mischievous wink. She felt like a spectator today. In her mind, this treasure belonged to me. Hook finally composed himself. Boss, take this. You're the reason we're alive. Diana and Dana followed, offering theirs. They knew they had reached their limit. I accepted the stones in silence, knowing our names were about to rewrite history. We left the burning woods and hit the city plaza. Instantly, our phones erupted. The news was already out. We had shattered the all-time record and everyone knew it. Even a tag-along like Hook was getting buried in texts. Everyone wanted a piece of the newest legends in town. After silencing his family's frantic calls, Hook looked at me, eyes glowing. What's next, boss? The sisters waited for my word. Go home, I said. Take care of your families. I'll update the group chat. I've got some personal debts to settle tonight. Got it. See you soon. Hook yelled, already sprinting away into the crowd. The sisters disappeared too. Then Li Fei spoke, her voice barely a whisper. She looked like she was hiding a heavy secret. I just gave her a slow nod. Stay safe, I said. She nodded back once and vanished into the shadows. I watched her go, her back heavy with thought. This one win wasn't enough. The person under the most pressure was the one who actually gave a damn. My mentor, Shin Daokin. In another life, I destroyed his daughter's future by mistake. Even when the truth came out, he was the one who paid with his life. He lost his career for me, yet he never once held a grudge. Instead, he was the only one who came to comfort me back then. He blamed his own carelessness for her betrayal. Without his wisdom, I'd be dead. I owe that man everything. This time, I'll make him proud. I already have a plan, a suicide mission basically. I'm going to do the impossible. I'm walking into an abyss tier zone alone.